Here's my mini talk. I've been sitting, should I make this lighter today? Like, let's just sit in the truth of it, okay? Together. I'm going to tell you a story. The first time this person was in office, I was journeying with a group of women in a supervision group. So it was a clinical group. These women had pretty much birthed me. I would go and I would just cry. I couldn't stand to be in presence with anyone. It took every ounce of my being to feel like I deserved to be in this circle. So they've seen me progress and mature. We had been traveling together for 15 years, and then this presidency and all of the things that came to light. During the pandemic, we met online, and I would just bring the pain, right? Like Black Lives Matter, I can't believe, and rage, right? Very similar to the rage. If folks, did anyone get a chance to watch the group from Tuesday? A few folks. Okay, good. I'll fill you in. Similar charge, right? And when I talk about these folks, we're talking about the dynamic. We're never talking about the person. A similar charge of rage that Christina brought, and at one point, Rania brought. Okay. And so it's been helpful to have this comparison. What happened in the group, my supervision group, my therapist was holding the group. Everyone expressed they could not tolerate my intensity. Judy, I miss the old Judy, the happy, oh, I'm so sorry I'm here, Judy, right? For the longest time, I've been like, oh, if I would have been a little bit more gentle, or what if I had changed the way that I, and then sitting with this group on Tuesday, like, why wouldn't I let Christina's rage in, right? There was a difference. If Rania wanted to rage, I would have created more space because Rania's rage is current moment. Palestinians were, and I think still, being harmed, right? So that pain was present. When I didn't let Christina's rage come in around the election, I can only see this afterwards, but it was this decision of I couldn't allow unfettered rage to come in. So when I raged in my supervision group, it was because I was experiencing harm. I would have sessions with people yelling at me, and I was processing it, and I was raging because it was triggering my war trauma. But the clinicians in that room were mostly from German descent. So they couldn't feel what I was feeling, right? They had connection to German ancestry. And yes, we had explored through family constellations. There was perpetration, right? Not to shrink them down in size. Everyone has to make a decision, and there is no judgment. There can be no judgment in that, right? What I'm saying is the dynamic. And so at one point, Rania said, I don't understand, right? What do you mean I am not part of the colonized? And I'm like, you're actually experiencing it right now. When you're in the middle of war, like you see your people from your land of origin being decimated right now, you're in the middle of it. When people were coming out of the concentration camps, they could not process it because it was still alive and active. Only when there's safety or generations out, when the wound has scarred over, has healed to an extent, Only then can we touch it. Otherwise, it's too much. It can cause that kind of a level of a break. Does that make sense? So I was noticing there was this theme of betrayal in the Tuesday group that came up. And I've been sitting with it. Because that's exactly right. Betrayal. So for my land of origin trauma, the betrayal of the Communist Party not taking care of the people. The betrayal of my parent threatening harm instead of protecting me or supporting me. In the United States and prioritizing their care over profit. The betrayal of the supervisor who was leading the clinical supervision group for me, who could not make space for the incredible harm that is being done and is still happening in Black and brown bodies. When we do not see the human being that we are connecting to or talking about, we lose our humanity. And this group, the emotional contract, the contract of care, is that we're going to center our humanity. We're going to break cycles. And breaking cycles means doing the hard thing. I'm going to clean this shit up instead of just pass it on to somebody else. If I stop somebody, it's not to shrink you down. It's to slow it down so we can stay in our humanity while we very carefully move forward together. I want you to notice what comes up for you from this talk and also from the session. I'm going to make something very transparent. This group, the BIPOC group, we have been, I think, 3 collective traumas in each session we get to. This one and this one. I need you to keep track of your bodies and tell me if it's too much. And if it's too much or you don't know, say you don't know. My particular body, I have an incredible capacity for pain. So sometimes I lose track. I invite you to say, hey, Judy, can we do something lighter? Or part of me wants to dance, or we can do things like that. It's so interesting because I have this urgency because I know what it can look like on the other side as we clear out enough that their capacity for joy can come in, right? And so what I don't want is to be like, no, come on, it's just a leg. Come on, just pick it up and don't let me rush us if it's too much, okay? I am keeping track, but I need you also to be like, whoa, this is too much, okay? Take a sip and then we can sit together and see what comes up.